Aliens attacked a remote outpost, then discovered it was Earth's elite drill HFY. The base looked small and weak from the outside, with rusting metal walls and a few scattered lights blinking on the surface. Dust and small rocks rolled across the plains under the faint gravity, and the wind of the moon, weak as it was, carried nothing but silence. From far away, anyone could think the base was abandoned, a forgotten relic at the edge of human territory. Inside, the outpost was alive, though quiet. The hallways were narrow, dimly lit, and smelled of metal and recycled air. Eric Lane, the captain of the outpost, walked down a corridor with his hands behind his back. He was tall and calm, with a presence that made even the newest soldiers feel safe. His eyes scanned the walls, checking displays and reading reports that flickered across the screens. He knew every corner of the base, every sound it made, every shadow it threw. "Captain, your attention," said Ben Carter, his lieutenant, stepping out of the medical wing. Ben was young, a little rough around the edges but quick and smart. He carried a small tablet and waved it at Eric. "We have some readings from the outer sensors. Movement, small, fast, approaching." Eric nodded. "How close?" 100 kilometers, could be scouts," Ben replied. He shrugged and smiled. "Or maybe just a dust storm." "Moon likes to play tricks." Eric looked at the screens. Nothing seemed unusual, yet he did not dismiss the warning. He knew better than to trust appearances. "Keep monitoring. Tell the team to stay ready. No panic." Far above, in the black sky, alien ships glimmered like stars. They were long and thin, sleek and intimidating, with lights that blinked red and green. Their engines made no sound humans could hear, but the outpost sensors picked them up easily. The aliens were part of a coalition known for raiding human settlements. They had advanced weapons, fast ships, and a reputation for cruelty. But what they did not know was that this outpost was different. It looked weak, unprepared, and easy to destroy. It was exactly what the humans wanted the aliens to believe. Inside the mess hall, Lisa Brown, the medic, was cleaning medical instruments while humming softly. She was quiet, always thoughtful, but everyone knew she was fearless in emergencies. She noticed Kevin Ross, the technician, fiddling with a panel nearby. Sparks jumped from the wires and Kevin cursed under his breath, laughing a little at his own mistakes. "Kevin, careful," Lisa said, keeping her voice calm. "Last time you almost blew up the main power conduit." Kevin grinned. "All part of the plan, Lisa. Makes life interesting." Eric entered the mess hall and everyone straightened up slightly. He smiled at them. "Just routine checks. Outer sensors show nothing major. We'll continue as normal." Outside, the alien scouts continued their approach. They did not yet know they were being watched, that the humans had already detected them. The outpost had layers of hidden sensors, some visible, some not. These were not standard defense measures. They were part of human drills, designed to see how humans reacted under pressure, and how the base could be defended by a small number of people against a larger, better-equipped enemy. Ben checked the sensor feeds again. Small lights moved across the surface of the moon. The readings were clear, intelligent movement, deliberate patterns. "They're coming closer, looks organized." Eric leaned over the console. "Good, let them see us. But remember, this is only a drill. Stay calm." He walked to the window that looked out over the rocky terrain. The moon stretched endlessly, barren and gray. Suddenly, one of the lights flickered as it moved across the rocks. The alien scouts were closer than expected. Eric's calm did not falter. In fact, a small smile formed on his face. He had been waiting for this day for months. "Prepare for first contact," he said quietly. In another part of the base, the soldiers assembled. They were not many, maybe 50 in total, but every one of them had undergone rigorous training. They had been drilled for months in tactics, in problem-solving under pressure, in endurance. The aliens would not understand what they were facing. They would see humans in a weak outpost and think it would be easy. But humans could adapt, could fight, could survive when everything seemed lost. Ben gathered his team. Remember, stay calm, treat this like the drill, move with purpose, communicate, no panic, trust each other. The aliens landed on the surface with silent precision. Their ships extended long legs, touching the rocky ground without a sound. Small vehicles deployed, moving toward the base. They carried weapons, lasers, and strange-looking shields. Inside, the alien soldiers were confident, cocky even. "Easy target," one of them said in a clicking language. Inside the base, Eric watched the monitors. "They think it will be easy," he muttered. "We'll show them otherwise." The first alien scouts reached the outer perimeter. The fences were old, broken in places, with sensors that looked like they might fail. The aliens laughed at the sight. They assumed the humans had weak defenses, old weapons, and unprepared soldiers. Ben and his team moved quietly to their stations. They carried rifles and sidearms, but the weapons were not the main advantage. The advantage was knowledge, planning, and the human ability to think creatively in battle. "Remember your drills," Eric said. "We fight smart, not hard. Let them underestimate us." It will be their mistake. The aliens moved closer. One of their commanders scanned the perimeter. "This base is a joke," he said. "We take it in minutes." Inside the command room, Lisa checked medical supplies, ensuring everything was ready. She looked at Kevin, who was monitoring systems. "You ready for the drill?" she asked. Kevin nodded. "More than ready. Let's see what they do when humans don't panic." Eric tapped a few keys on the console. Lights in the hallways shifted, doors locked in patterns, sensors activated hidden cameras. The base was alive in ways the aliens could not understand. Small panels moved to reveal cover points, gravity shifted slightly in some areas, and airlocks sealed unexpectedly. Every movement was part of the drill, part of the plan to confuse any enemy. Outside, the alien vehicles advanced slowly, expecting no resistance. Suddenly, a small team of humans appeared where no one was expected. They moved quickly, silently, and vanished before the aliens could react. The aliens opened fire, but their lasers hit nothing but empty hallways and shadows. Eric watched quietly, keeping calm. He did not rush. He let the aliens make the first mistakes. He had trained his people for this moment. They would not panic. They would not retreat. They would turn the aliens' confidence into confusion. Ben and his team moved through vents and hidden tunnels, coming up behind the alien scouts. They used their small weapons with precision, knocking out alien systems without being seen. The aliens were starting to realize something was wrong. This was not a normal human base. This was not ordinary soldiers. They had expected fear and hesitation. They found coordination, intelligence, and patience. The alien commander barked orders, trying to regroup. "Attack! Surround them!" But the humans were everywhere at once and nowhere at the same time. They flowed through corridors, vanished from sensors, and reappeared unexpectedly. Lisa helped an injured human soldier, keeping calm under pressure. She did not rush, did not panic, but worked efficiently. Her actions allowed the humans to continue moving without slowing down. Kevin monitored systems and activated small traps, doors, and panels. Every element of the base was used to confuse the intruders. Lights flickered, corridors shifted, and the aliens could not keep track. Their confidence was slipping. Eric smiled slightly. He knew this was just the beginning. The aliens would learn the hard way that humans were more than they seemed. They had underestimated the calm, the patience, the intelligence, and the hidden strength of those who lived quietly in the outpost. As night fell on the rocky moon, the black sky lit up with small flashes. Alien scouts were moving closer to the base, expecting victory. Inside, humans prepared calmly. No one spoke loudly. No one panicked. They were ready for the challenge. They had trained for this moment, and they would not fail. The outpost seemed weak, abandoned, and fragile, but in reality it was alive, aware, and dangerous. And the aliens had no idea what they had just walked into. The first part of the encounter had begun, with humans calm, coordinated, and invisible hunters in a place that looked empty and helpless. The aliens believed they were the predators. The humans were the hidden force, the elite drill, waiting to show what they could do when faced with danger. The moon was silent again, but not for long. The first alien vehicles rolled across the rocky surface, their engines glowing faintly in the dim light. Dust and small rocks kicked up under their weight, but the aliens did not slow down. They believed the humans were weak and would scatter. Their confidence made them careless. Inside the outpost, Eric Lane watched the monitors. His face was calm, almost relaxed. Beside him, Ben Carter adjusted his weapon and checked the sensors. "They're here," Ben said quietly. "Outer fences broken, moving toward the entrance." Eric nodded. "Good, keep calm. We move according to plan. Remember, this is still a drill just like we trained for." The alien vehicles reached the outer fences. Some of the fences sparked and bent under laser fire. The aliens laughed at the weak metal. One of them said, "They will fall before we even reach the walls." But inside the walls, the humans were ready. Small lights blinked on the monitors, showing hidden doors opening, walls shifting, and vents being accessed. Eric gave his first order. Teams 1 and 2 deploy to the corridors. Teams 3 and 4 move to vents and upper passages. Maintain silence. Let them think they are in control. Ben led his team down a corridor that appeared empty. The walls were plain, the lights dim. The aliens moved outside, unaware that the humans were above and below them, watching, waiting. Lisa Brown checked medical stations and prepared emergency supplies. She did not panic. She only moved efficiently, preparing for the moment when humans might be injured. Every action she took was quiet, careful, precise. Kevin Ross monitored the alien movements on hidden cameras. He smiled slightly as he activated small automated panels that shifted corridors and blocked certain paths. The aliens expected open halls, but they found walls where there should have been none. The confusion slowed their advance. The first small skirmish happened near the main entrance. A group of alien scouts moved into what they thought was an open hall. Suddenly, panels rose from the floor and walls shifted. A hidden human team appeared behind them. Rifles fired with quiet precision. The aliens were stunned. They tried to return fire, but their lasers hit only empty air. The humans moved like shadows, appearing and disappearing without warning. "Keep moving," Eric said calmly over the comms. "Do not chase, control the fight. Let them make mistakes." Ben's team followed the plan perfectly. They moved through vents and narrow corridors, silently disabling alien scouts. No one panicked. Each human knew exactly what to do. They were trained to react, adapt, and outsmart. The aliens realized quickly that something was wrong. Their sensors showed empty halls, but attacks kept coming. Their confidence began to falter. One commander barked orders, "Form defensive lines. Do not let them flank us." But every movement seemed anticipated. The humans were everywhere at once. Outside, the alien vehicles stopped. They had thought the humans would be easy prey, but now they were confused. One of their soldiers whispered to another, "They are not normal humans. We underestimated them." Inside, Lisa helped a soldier who was slightly injured from a minor blast. She did not panic. She treated the wound quickly and quietly. Her calmness spread to others nearby. The humans continued to move efficiently, even when the aliens tried to force them into panic. Kevin triggered another sequence. Lights flickered, vents hissed, and doors sealed. The aliens were trapped in small areas. Their weapons fired uselessly against walls that moved, panels that rose, and floors that shifted. The humans were not just fighting, they were using the outpost itself as a weapon. Eric watched the monitors. "Good," he said softly. "They are learning the hard way. Remember, patience wins." Ben led his team into a side corridor. They found a group of alien soldiers advancing slowly. Ben gave a hand signal, and the humans split into small units, appearing in different directions. The aliens opened fire, hitting nothing but air. One by one, the humans disabled their equipment, using quick strikes and perfect timing. The aliens tried to regroup, but the base itself worked against them. Corridors changed shape, hidden panels blocked paths, and vents carried human teams to unexpected locations. The aliens were not ready for this. They had never faced humans who could adapt so quickly and so silently. "What is happening?" one alien commander said, frustration in his voice. "They are not scared. They do not panic. They anticipate everything we do." "It is impossible," another said. "Their numbers are small. How can they control the base like this?" Eric smiled. "They think they are hunting," he said quietly, "but we are always in control." The alien scouts continued to advance, but every step was met with confusion. Human teams appeared in unexpected places, disabling weapons, blocking exits, and guiding the aliens into traps. It was not violence alone that stopped them. It was knowledge, planning, and coordination. The humans were calm, precise, and efficient. Ben's team moved through a vent above a group of aliens. They dropped silently behind the enemies and fired small but accurate shots. The aliens spun, firing wildly, but could not find their opponents. The humans disappeared again, leaving the aliens unsure of what to attack. Lisa moved calmly through the medical wing, ready to help anyone who needed it. She saw Ben's team pass by and nodded slightly. Everyone knew their role. No one panicked. Every movement was controlled, every action deliberate. Kevin activated another system. The floor shifted, revealing a small pit that the aliens did not see. Several soldiers fell in, unhurt but trapped temporarily. The humans did not celebrate. They only continued the drill, treating the aliens as part of the exercise. The alien commander cursed. "They are not normal. Retreat is impossible. We cannot fight like this." Eric spoke over the comms to all human teams. "Remember your training. Do not chase. Control the situation. Keep calm." The aliens moved more cautiously now, trying to avoid the traps and hidden humans. But the more careful they became, the slower they advanced. Every hesitation gave the humans more time to reposition. It was not strength that gave humans the advantage. It was control, patience, and the ability to think ahead. Outside, alien ships hovered, waiting for reports. The soldiers on the ground were not returning messages. Confusion spread among the alien ranks. They had expected a weak outpost, an easy target, and now they faced humans who could move silently, strike unexpectedly, and use their environment like a weapon. Ben's team disabled another small group of alien soldiers, moving through vents and corridors like shadows. They did not waste time celebrating. Every team member stayed focused, knowing that the drill had only just begun. Eric observed everything calmly. "Good," he said. "They are learning. Let them think they are winning small battles. The lesson comes later." The aliens tried to adapt, using sensors and new strategies, but the humans were always one step ahead. Walls shifted, lights flickered, and humans appeared where no one should have been. The aliens had never faced such a small force controlling a larger one with such skill. Lisa helped another soldier who had a minor injury. She moved quietly, quickly, and efficiently. Her calmness was contagious, keeping the other humans focused. Kevin triggered another trap. A small room sealed suddenly, confusing a group of aliens who were trying to regroup. They fired blindly, while humans observed from hidden vents. It was not chaos. It was controlled, calculated confusion designed to test both human skill and alien reaction. Ben and his team moved again, striking quickly and disappearing. The aliens realized that every step they took was anticipated. Panic began to creep into their ranks, though they did not show it openly. They had underestimated humans, assuming fear and hesitation would guide their actions. Instead, humans were calm, coordinated, and patient. Eric gave another quiet command. "Remember, this is not a fight. This is a test. Maintain control, keep calm, and adapt. The aliens do not understand us yet, and that is our advantage." The alien commander shouted orders, but the humans did not rush. They moved silently, efficiently, striking at the right moment and disappearing before the aliens could respond. Each small victory was calculated, each movement deliberate. As night fully descended on the rocky moon, the outpost seemed quiet from the outside. Dust settled on the rocks, shadows stretched across the ground, and the alien vehicles moved cautiously. They had expected an easy fight and found only confusion, patience, and human skill. Inside, the humans continued their drills, treating every alien move as part of the exercise. No one panicked, no one rushed. They moved like shadows, silent, coordinated, and precise. The aliens had no idea what they faced. Eric looked over the monitors one last time. "Good work," he said quietly. "They think they are winning, but they do not know the real strength of humans. Patience and control will show them soon." The alien attack had begun, but the humans were not fighting blindly. Every step, every movement, every strike was part of a larger plan. The aliens had underestimated them, and that mistake would grow as the night went on. The first clash was over, but the real test had only just begun. The aliens were trapped in confusion. Their sensors were useless, their formations broke down, and every move seemed anticipated. From the outside, the base looked calm and quiet, but inside, humans moved like shadows, striking at the right moments and vanishing before the aliens could respond. Ben Carter led a small team through a narrow vent. They moved silently, each step calculated, each gesture meaningful. They reached a point above a group of aliens trying to regroup. Ben gave a small signal, and 3 soldiers dropped down behind the aliens. Rifles fired quietly. The aliens spun, firing blindly, but they could not hit anything. "Move," Ben whispered. "Keep them distracted, but do not chase." The aliens were panicked now. Their confidence had turned to fear, though they still tried to appear in control. One commander shouted orders, but no one followed them. Walls that seemed fixed shifted suddenly, corridors that looked open now blocked the way, and small hidden panels allowed humans to appear where they should not have been. The aliens did not understand. Eric Lane watched the monitors calmly. He leaned back in his chair, observing each alien move. "They are learning too late," he said quietly. "They have no idea what they are up against." Inside the medical wing, Lisa Brown treated a soldier who had a minor scratch. She did not panic. She moved calmly, efficiently, ensuring the soldier could return to duty quickly. She checked supplies, prepared additional kits, and made sure everyone had what they needed. Her calmness helped others stay focused. Kevin Ross monitored the base systems. He activated panels, lights, and vents, moving humans into perfect positions while keeping the aliens confused. One small door opened to reveal a human sniper position. A shot rang out, hitting a weapon from a distance and rendering it useless. The aliens were starting to understand that every human movement was precise, planned, and unexpected. Outside, alien vehicles hesitated. Their soldiers were trapped in small corridors, ambushed from places they could not see. They had thought they were predators, but now they realized the humans were controlling the battlefield. Their formations had no effect, and their weapons were being neutralized in ways they did not understand. Ben's team moved again, splitting into small units. Some went through vents, others through hidden doors. The aliens tried to adapt, but the humans were always one step ahead. The corridors shifted, walls moved, and lights flickered. Every small victory was calculated, each step part of a larger plan. One alien commander looked at his soldiers. "We are being outsmarted. Retreat," he asked. "We cannot," another replied. "They control everything. We do not understand them. We cannot retreat without losses." Eric spoke over the comms. "Remember, this is still a drill. Stay calm. Keep control. Let them make mistakes." Inside the base, the humans moved efficiently. Ben's team disabled alien communications, cutting off their coordination. Kevin set small traps that forced aliens into dead ends. Lisa treated minor injuries without slowing anyone down. The aliens were panicked and confused, but the humans remained calm and collected. "They are not normal," an alien commander said, voice trembling. "We underestimated them. They are too organized, too calm, too precise." Eric smiled slightly. "Good," he said quietly. "They are learning the hard way. Patience always wins." The aliens tried to use their sensors to locate humans, but every signal led them to empty corridors. One team fired at what they thought was a human squad, but the walls moved, and their lasers hit nothing. The humans had turned the base itself into a weapon. Every panel, vent, and hallway was part of the strategy. Ben led his team through a side corridor. They reached a point above a group of aliens who were trying to set up a defensive perimeter. Ben gave a hand signal and the humans dropped silently. Rifles fired with precision, disabling alien equipment. The aliens spun, firing blindly, but no one was there. The humans vanished again, leaving confusion in their wake. Lisa helped another soldier, her movements calm and deliberate. She checked supplies and made sure everyone had what they needed. She did not panic. She did not rush. Every action was efficient, focused, and purposeful. Kevin triggered another system. Panels shifted, corridors closed, and the aliens were trapped in small spaces. They fired blindly, trying to escape, but humans had planned every movement. Every escape route had been anticipated. Every attack had been prepared for. The aliens realized too late that they had walked into a trap they could not understand. Ben's team moved again, striking at small groups of aliens. They disabled weapons, blocked corridors, and guided the aliens into traps. Every move was controlled, every action deliberate. The humans were calm, coordinated, and precise. The aliens had no idea what they faced. Eric observed the battle from the command center. He leaned back, calm and collected. "They think they are winning small fights," he said quietly. "But they do not understand the real strength of humans. Control and patience will show them soon." Outside, alien vehicles hesitated. Their soldiers were trapped, ambushed, and confused. They had expected an easy target, but the humans were controlling every step. Panic was spreading among the ranks, though they tried to hide it. Ben led his team through another corridor. They reached a small room with alien soldiers trying to regroup. Ben signaled, and humans appeared from vents, panels, and shadows. The aliens fired wildly, hitting nothing. Humans moved like ghosts, striking with precision and disappearing before the aliens could respond. Lisa treated another minor injury, keeping calm. Her presence reassured others, helping them focus. Kevin monitored systems, moving humans to perfect positions, activating traps, and keeping the aliens confused. Eric gave a quiet command over the comms. "Remember, this is not a fight. This is a test. Stay calm, control the situation, adapt as needed." The aliens tried to regroup, but the humans were always one step ahead. Every move was anticipated. Walls shifted, corridors changed, lights flickered, and humans appeared where they should not have been. The aliens realized that their confidence had been a mistake. They had underestimated humans. They had assumed fear and hesitation would guide the humans' actions. Instead, the humans were calm, coordinated, and precise. Ben's team moved again, striking quickly and disappearing. The aliens were unable to form any strategy. Every step they took was countered, every attack anticipated, every retreat blocked. Panic crept into their ranks. Lisa moved calmly through the medical wing, ready to help anyone injured. Her presence kept others focused, calm, and efficient. Kevin activated another sequence. Doors shifted, vents hissed, lights flickered. Humans appeared where no one expected them. Aliens fired blindly, hitting walls, floors, and ceilings. The humans were not just defending, they were controlling the battle. Ben's team moved through another vent. They reached a group of alien soldiers trying to set up a defensive line. Humans dropped silently behind them, rifles firing quickly and precisely. Aliens spun, firing blindly, but no humans were there. Humans vanished again, leaving confusion and fear in their wake. Eric watched everything calmly. "Good," he said quietly. "They are learning the hard way. Patience wins. Let them make mistakes." The aliens tried to adapt, but the humans were always one step ahead. Every corridor, vent, and panel was part of the strategy. Humans moved silently, efficiently, and precisely. The aliens had no idea what they faced. Outside, the alien vehicles moved cautiously. Their soldiers were trapped in small spaces, ambushed and confused. They had expected an easy fight and now faced humans who controlled every step. Panic spread among their ranks. Ben's team disabled another group of alien soldiers. They moved silently, efficiently, and disappeared. The aliens tried to regroup, but humans were everywhere at once and nowhere at the same time. Every victory was calculated, every move deliberate. Lisa treated another minor injury, keeping calm. Kevin activated panels and traps, keeping the aliens confused. The humans moved efficiently, silently, and precisely. The aliens realized too late that they had walked into a trap they could not understand. Eric gave another quiet command. "Remember, this is a test. Do not rush. Control everything. Adapt as needed." The aliens panicked. They had expected an easy target and found a force they could not control. They had underestimated humans. They had assumed fear and hesitation would guide the humans' actions. Instead, the humans were calm, coordinated, and precise. The night stretched on. Humans moved like shadows, controlling the battle without panic. Aliens fired blindly, walked into traps, and could not adapt. Every human move was calculated, precise, and deliberate. The aliens had no idea what they faced. The humans had taken control, and the aliens were beginning to understand the true strength of those they had underestimated. The alien forces were in disarray. Their vehicles were immobilized in rocky pits, their soldiers trapped in shifting corridors, and their communication lines cut. They had expected an easy attack and found chaos, precision, and a calm enemy they could not understand. Eric Lane observed everything from the command center. He did not rush. He did not panic. He waited, knowing the humans were always in control. "They are losing coordination," Ben Carter said quietly, standing near a console. His eyes followed the monitors showing small groups of aliens struggling to regroup. "Every move we make confuses them more." Eric nodded. "Good, let's continue. Keep calm. Let them make mistakes." Inside the base, human teams moved like shadows. Ben led a small squad through a hidden corridor. They appeared behind a group of alien soldiers attempting to secure the main hall. Rifles fired with quiet precision. The aliens spun, firing wildly, but no human was visible. Panels shifted, doors sealed, and corridors moved to trap the enemies. Every strike was calculated, every move deliberate. Lisa Brown moved calmly through the medical wing. She treated minor injuries with speed and efficiency. Her presence reassured other humans, helping them stay focused. No one panicked. Everyone knew their role and performed it perfectly. Kevin Ross monitored systems. He activated vents, shifted walls, and triggered hidden traps. The aliens could not anticipate the next attack. Every corridor was a maze, every hallway a controlled battlefield. Humans had turned the base itself into a weapon. Outside, alien vehicles hesitated. Their soldiers on the ground were trapped and ambushed at every turn. Their commanders shouted orders, but nothing worked. The humans were controlling every step, every movement, every reaction. Panic began to spread among the aliens. They had assumed humans would be afraid, would panic, would retreat. They were wrong. Ben's team struck again. They moved through vents, dropped silently behind alien soldiers, and disabled weapons. The aliens fired blindly, hitting walls and empty corridors. Humans vanished before the aliens could respond. Every strike was precise, every action calculated. Eric spoke quietly over the comms. Remember, this is still a drill. Maintain control. Stay calm. Let them make mistakes. The aliens tried to regroup, forming small defensive lines, but it was useless. Humans were everywhere at once and nowhere at the same time. Corridors shifted, panels moved, and vents opened to allow humans to strike from unexpected angles. The aliens had no idea where to go or what to do next. Lisa treated another injured soldier calmly. Kevin activated another trap, closing doors and shifting corridors. Ben's team struck at a small group of alien soldiers, disabling their weapons without being seen. The aliens were trapped in a controlled chaos they could not escape. "They are stronger than we expected," one alien commander said, his voice trembling. "This is impossible." "Retreat, we cannot," another replied. "They control everything. We cannot leave without losses." Eric observed quietly. "Good, they are learning too late. Patience wins." Ben's team moved to the upper levels. They struck silently, disabling alien communications and equipment. Aliens tried to call for help, but their messages went unanswered. Humans had cut off every connection. The aliens were isolated, trapped, and confused. Outside, alien vehicles were immobilized in rocky pits, their engines destroyed by hidden human systems. The aliens realized they had attacked an outpost that was not just a base but a controlled battlefield designed to test and train humans. Panic spread further among their ranks. Eric gave a quiet order. "Teams, prepare for final phase. Control the situation completely. Let them understand." Ben's team moved into the main hall. They appeared suddenly behind alien soldiers trying to set up a defensive perimeter. Rifles fired, weapons were disabled, and the aliens could not respond. Panels shifted, walls moved, and corridors closed. Every escape route was blocked. The humans were in complete control. Lisa moved calmly, assisting any injured humans. Her presence reassured the team, keeping everyone focused. Kevin monitored systems, triggering small sequences that moved walls, opened vents, and confused the aliens further. The humans moved like shadows, controlling every part of the battlefield. One alien commander tried to shout orders, but no one followed. Every squad was trapped, ambushed, or disabled. Panic spread like wildfire. They had expected an easy victory, but humans had turned the base into a perfect trap. Ben's team disabled another small group of aliens. They moved silently, efficiently, and disappeared. Aliens fired blindly, hitting walls and empty spaces. The humans had complete control. Eric spoke over the comms. "Remember, this is a test. No unnecessary force. Control, patience, and precision. Let them learn." The aliens tried to fight back, but every move was anticipated. Corridors shifted, panels moved, and vents allowed humans to strike from unexpected angles. The aliens could not adapt. They had underestimated humans completely. Ben's team moved through a vent above a group of alien soldiers attempting to escape. They dropped silently, rifles firing precisely, disabling weapons and immobilizing soldiers. The aliens spun, firing blindly, but no human was visible. They vanished again, leaving confusion and fear behind. Lisa assisted a minor injury quietly, keeping calm. Kevin activated another trap, sealing doors and shifting walls. Aliens were trapped, confused, and demoralized. Humans were everywhere at once, controlling every step, every movement, and every reaction. One alien commander looked at his troops. "We cannot win," he said. "This is not a normal base. They are controlling everything. Retreat." "We cannot," another replied. "We are trapped. They outsmart us completely." Eric leaned back, calm and collected. "Good, they understand now. They will remember this lesson." Ben's team moved into the central corridor. Aliens tried to form a line of defense, but every corridor shifted, panels moved, and humans appeared from unexpected places. Rifles fired with precision. Weapons were disabled. Aliens were trapped in a controlled chaos. Lisa moved calmly, treating minor injuries. Kevin monitored systems, moving humans to perfect positions and triggering traps. The aliens were completely confused. They had expected easy prey, but humans had turned the base into a living weapon. Eric spoke quietly. They thought they were hunting. Now they know humans are always in control. The aliens tried to escape through corridors and vents, but every path was blocked. Humans struck silently, disabled weapons, and controlled the battlefield. Panic spread among the alien soldiers. They had underestimated humans completely. Ben's team disabled another group, moving efficiently and silently. Aliens fired blindly, hitting nothing. The humans moved with precision, control, and patience. Every strike was calculated, every movement deliberate. The aliens had no idea what they faced. Lisa assisted another minor injury, keeping calm. Kevin activated panels, vents, and traps, confusing the aliens further. The humans moved like shadows, controlling every part of the battlefield. One alien commander finally admitted, "We are defeated. They control everything. We cannot fight them." Eric nodded silently. "Exactly. That is the lesson. Humans prepare for every situation, adapt to every challenge, and stay calm under pressure. They are stronger than anyone expects." Ben's team moved to the last remaining groups of alien soldiers. Rifles fired, weapons were disabled, and the aliens were captured without serious harm. The humans did not celebrate. They treated the aliens as part of a drill, part of the test, part of a controlled exercise. Lisa treated the last injured humans calmly. Kevin monitored the systems, making sure every trap was reset and every corridor returned to normal. The aliens were immobilized, surrounded, and fully aware that they had walked into a trap they could not understand. Eric spoke quietly over the comms. "Lesson learned. Humans are patient, coordinated, and precise. They do not panic. They control the battlefield, the base, and every situation. Remember this." The aliens were silent now, defeated not by brute force but by patience, planning, and human skill. They had attacked what they thought was a weak outpost, only to discover it was the training ground of elite human soldiers. Outside, the rocky moon was calm again. The alien vehicles were immobilized, and the soldiers on the ground were captured or trapped. The humans had taken control completely without unnecessary loss. The base, calm and quiet, had shown its true purpose. It was not a simple outpost. It was a controlled battlefield designed to test, train, and prepare humans for any challenge. Eric looked over the monitors, calm as ever. "Good work," he said quietly. "They now understand the real strength of humans. Patience, control, and skill always win. The drill is complete." The humans began to reset the base, recording every detail, noting what worked and what could be improved. Nothing was wasted. Every action, every movement, every decision was analyzed. The aliens had learned a lesson they would never forget. Humans were more than they seemed. The night on the rocky moon stretched on, calm and quiet. Humans moved with purpose, aliens watched in disbelief, and the base returned to its outward appearance of a simple, weak outpost. No one outside could imagine what had just happened. The humans had won, not through overwhelming force, but through patience, skill, and precise control. The aliens had attacked what they thought was easy prey and found themselves outmatched at every turn. The outpost had shown its true purpose: to train humans, test humans, and prove that humans were stronger than anyone expected. The aliens were defeated, the humans were calm, and the base was ready for the next challenge. The aliens were trapped and silent. Their soldiers crouched behind walls, immobilized vehicles lay in pits, and their leaders had no plan. They had attacked what they thought was a weak, isolated outpost, only to find themselves completely outmatched. Eric Lane stood in the command center, calm as ever, observing the monitors. He did not celebrate. He only watched, knowing the humans had won not with chaos but with control, patience, and precise planning. Ben Carter checked the corridors. Small groups of humans moved quietly, resetting traps, monitoring vents, and ensuring all areas were secure. "They won't try anything else tonight," Ben said. "They know we are in control." Eric nodded. "Good, let's finish this carefully. No unnecessary force. Remember, we teach, we do not destroy." Outside, the alien forces were disoriented. Their vehicles were damaged or trapped, soldiers were captured or immobilized, and commanders stared at the monitors in disbelief. Their initial confidence had vanished. They had underestimated humans completely. Now they faced a species that was calm under pressure, precise in action, and impossible to surprise. Inside the outpost, Lisa Brown moved among the humans. She treated minor injuries and checked on everyone, calm and efficient. Her presence reassured the soldiers, keeping them focused. She did not panic. She did not rush. Everything was methodical, every movement deliberate. Kevin Ross monitored the base systems, ensuring traps and corridors were reset. Panels returned to their original positions, vents were secured, and the base's outer sensors scanned the surface for remaining alien activity. Every detail was recorded, every action analyzed. Nothing was wasted. Ben led a small team to the main hall where captured aliens were gathered. They moved quietly, rifles held loosely, not threatening unnecessarily, but ensuring control. The aliens looked around nervously, their eyes wide as they realized how completely they had been outmatched. Eric spoke over the comms. "Attention, you are safe. You are defeated, but you are not harmed unnecessarily. Remember this lesson. Humans are patient, coordinated, and precise. You attacked what you thought was weak, but you found strength beyond your understanding." One alien commander, trembling, stepped forward. We did not know. We thought this was a weak outpost. We thought we could take it easily. We were wrong." Eric nodded calmly. "That is correct. You were wrong. Humanity is prepared for every situation. We adapt, we control, and we survive. Remember this." Ben and his team moved the last groups of aliens into secure holding areas. No humans celebrated. Every action was deliberate, calm, and controlled. The humans treated the aliens as part of a test, not enemies to be destroyed. The lesson had been taught. The outcome was clear. Humans were stronger than anyone expected. Outside, alien vehicles were being repaired by their crews, though slowly and under human control. The aliens realized they could not leave until they had accepted the lesson. Any attempt to flee recklessly could result in further losses. The humans had total control, yet they offered no unnecessary violence. Lisa moved through the medical wing, checking on every human soldier. Minor injuries were treated, supplies restocked, and readiness confirmed. No one panicked. No one rushed. Every movement was calm and deliberate. The humans had trained for this, and it showed in their efficiency and patience. Kevin activated a secure communication system. He typed a short message and sent it through known alien channels. The message was simple, clear, and direct. It stated that the outpost was an elite human training site, that any future attack would face similar consequences, and that humans were stronger than any invader expected. The aliens received the message with shock. They had underestimated humans once. They now realized that humans were not only skilled fighters but also patient, controlled, and strategic. The galaxy would remember this encounter. Eric walked along the corridors, observing his team. Each human moved calmly, efficiently, and precisely. Every trap had been reset, every vent secured, and every alien immobilized or monitored. The humans had won not through brute force alone, but through coordination, planning, and discipline. Ben joined him. "They won't underestimate us again, they know now." "Yes," Eric said quietly, "and they will remember it. Patience, control, and precision always win. Humans are stronger than anyone expects. That is the real lesson." The aliens were gathered in secure holding areas. Some whispered among themselves, disbelief and awe in their voices. They had thought they were attacking weak humans, but they had been completely outmatched. Every move, every strike, every action of the humans had been precise, calm, and controlled. The aliens had learned the hard way that humanity was not to be underestimated. Lisa moved among the humans, checking supplies and treating the last minor injuries. Her calm presence reassured the team. No one celebrated, but everyone knew the lesson had been taught. Humans had won, not through panic or anger but through calm skill, planning, and control. Kevin monitored the base systems, ensuring every trap was reset and every panel returned to its place. He smiled slightly. Every alien movement had been anticipated, every corridor controlled, every vent used to full advantage. The humans had shown their true strength without unnecessary destruction. Eric walked to the central command console. He observed the monitors showing alien vehicles, immobilized soldiers, and secure holding areas. He tapped a few keys and logged the events, recording lessons for future drills. Every detail mattered. Every action would improve readiness. Humans learned from every encounter. Humans adapted. Humans survived. Ben joined him again. They will never forget this. They will tell others. Good, Eric replied. They need to understand. Humans are patient, coordinated, and precise. We do not panic. We control every situation. That is how we survive. That is how we win. Outside, the rocky moon was quiet again. Alien vehicles were immobilized, soldiers were secure, and the base returned to its outward appearance of weakness. No one outside would guess the truth. Inside, humans moved calmly, efficiently, and precisely. The aliens had learned their lesson, and humans had proven their strength without unnecessary violence. Ben led a final sweep of the corridors. Every vent, every panel, every hallway was checked. The humans were in complete control. Nothing was overlooked. Every alien was accounted for, every system secured. The outpost was ready for any future encounter. Lisa checked the medical wing one last time. Minor injuries were treated, supplies restocked, and readiness confirmed. No human panicked. No one rushed. Every action was calm, deliberate, and precise. Humans had trained for this, and it showed. Kevin monitored the final systems. Vents were secured, corridors reset, and traps neutralized. The base had returned to its outward appearance of weakness, but internally it was a living weapon, controlled by humans who were patient, coordinated, and precise. The aliens had seen only a fraction of its true strength. Eric spoke quietly over the comms. Lesson complete. Humans are prepared for every situation. We adapt, we control, and we survive. Remember this. Any who attack will face the same result. The aliens remained silent, defeated, and in awe. They had attacked what they thought was a weak outpost, only to find themselves outmatched at every turn. Humans had shown skill, patience, and control beyond their expectations. The galaxy would remember this encounter. Ben looked at Eric. They will tell others. They will fear underestimating humans. Good, Eric said quietly. They need to understand. Humans are patient, coordinated, and precise. We do not panic, we control every situation. That is how we survive, that is how we win. Inside the outpost, humans moved calmly, efficiently, and precisely. Minor injuries were treated, systems were monitored, and readiness confirmed. Every action was deliberate, controlled, and effective. The aliens had learned a lesson they would never forget. Outside, the rocky moon was silent. Dust settled on the ground, shadows stretched across rocks, and alien vehicles remained immobilized. The humans had won not through chaos or anger, but through calm skill, planning, and precise control. The lesson had been taught. The aliens would remember. Eric observed the monitors one last time. Good work. Humans are patient, coordinated, and precise. We do not panic. We control every situation. That is the real strength of humanity. The night stretched on. The outpost returned to its outward appearance of calm weakness, but humans had proven their true strength. Aliens had learned that humanity could not be underestimated. Humans were always ready, always prepared and always in control. The outpost waited quietly for the next challenge, calm, precise, and fully controlled. Humans had shown their power, and the galaxy would remember.